SpaceX is about to make history, if it's somewhat accidentally. The spaceflight company's second stage appears to be on a collision course with the moon, according to a new image. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, Elon Musk World, where we will tell you all the latest news about Elon Musk and his multi-billion-dollar companies. In today's video, we are going to tell you about SpaceX crashing into the moon, but it's not bad news. What a strange and long journey. After a 6-year journey, an old SpaceX rocket stage is about to arrive at its final destination, crashing into the moon in spectacular fashion. According to Ars Technica, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Deep Space Climate Observatory was launched into space in February 2015, using the second stage from one of the company's Falcon 9 spacecraft. The rocket, instead of falling back to Earth, became stuck in a gravity limbo between us and the moon. Bill Gray, the creator of the Project Pluto Near-Earth Object Tracker, and a team of amateur and professional astronomers recently discovered that the rocket would crash into the far side of the moon. Gray wrote on his blog that it was the first unattended lunar impact we've had, period. On March 4th at 7:25 a.m. Eastern Time, the impact is expected at altitude 4.93 and east longitude 233.20. It is expected to strike the moon. Gray acknowledged that his prediction could be a degree or 2 minutes off from the projection. The astronomer recently issued a request for observations to observe the booster in order to aid in refinement of his calculations. He's hoping to find out the exact time of the crash before it happens. Gray said, "Right now, we can't get more data because the object is quite close to the sun in the sky. On February 7th and 8th, we'll have a brief opportunity to look at it and we'll get more data, and the above time and location will be better determined." Unfortunately, because the tumbling rocket's part is expected to hit the moon's far side, the side that faces away from Earth, the impact will not be visible live. Instead, astronomers will view the aftermath of the crash using images captured by satellites such as NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. Scientists hope to observe surface material ejected by the crash by examining the resulting crater, which will shed light on the moon's composition. NASA deliberately smashed a rocket booster into the moon in 2009 as part of its L-Cross mission in the hopes of learning something from the debris it left behind. In essence, this is a free L-Cross, except we probably won't see the impact, Gray wrote. While this appears to be a major mishap for SpaceX, Ars Technica points out that the impact may actually reveal some useful scientific data. NASA had previously sent the upper stage of a rocket toward a collision with the moon in order to figure out what it is made of. So surprisingly, it's true that the collision will provide scientists with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to study how craters form on the moon. According to Jonathan McDowell, an astronomer at the Harvard and Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, there are about 3,250 lost deep space objects like the Falcon rocket stage that have been missing for years. However, no space agency have systemically kept track of space debris so far away from Earth. This is the first time that something not targeted at the moon has been noticed to accidentally hit it, but that's mainly because we weren't paying attention until recently, he said via email. According to Gray, researchers will be able to pinpoint the exact location of the impact if they'll be able to see a very fresh impact crater and probably learn something about the geology of that part of the moon. SpaceX launched the Deep Space Climate Observatory for NASA, or DISCOVER, in February 2015. And was the company's first to leave Earth's orbit. The rocket's second stage could not be directed into the atmosphere. The company and Western space agencies regularly employ this strategy to reduce space debris by ensuring that it burns up rather than lingering in orbit. This satellite is approximately 1 million miles from Earth, at the Earth's sun gravitational neutral point. The spacecraft can detect solar winds leaving the sun about an hour before they reach Earth, allowing it to serve as an early warning system for the planet. The second stage propelling the satellite didn't have enough energy to return to Earth's atmosphere and burn up because the spacecraft was sent so far out. Unlike most of SpaceX's missions, the second stage was left tumbling around the Earth and Moon's gravity. Why? Because there are no clear guidelines for space agencies and companies to follow in these situations, according to Craig and McDowell. And disposing of these launchers and the spacecraft and satellites they deliver is difficult. Traffic in deep space is increasing, McDowell said, and it's not just the US and Russia sending stuff to deep space, it's many countries, and even commercial companies like SpaceX. So I think it's time for the world to get more serious about regulating and cataloging deep space activity. According to Ars Technica, The second stage weighs around 4 metric tons. It will also strike the moon at a speed of around 2.58 kilometers per second, or 5,770 miles per hour. As a result, a nice-sized crater for observations should be created. While this will provide an excellent opportunity to learn more about the moon, it is far from ideal in other ways. Rockets are typically built to return to Earth and burn up on re-entry, rather than to travel to the moon. Of course, SpaceX has progressed significantly since then. Its first-stage boosters are now able to land, and the company is working hard to land second-stage boosters as well. Hopefully, no more errant rockets will crash into the moon, especially if we decide to colonize it in the future. Yes, when you look up at the moon in the sky, you'll notice that it's riddled with craters. Asteroids and comets colliding with the surface, creating these craters, according to NASA's Lunar and Planetary Institute. When one of these collides with the moon, it creates a crater that is much larger than the object that collided with it. The material is ejected in different directions. NASA has used one of its missions to hit the moon and observe the materials that has been revealed. The Lunar Crater Observation and Sensung satellite, which was launched in 2009, collided with the moon twice. The satellite was one, and the rocket stage was the other. On October 9th of that year, both of them collided with the moon's Cabeus crater. LCROSS and the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, a companion satellite launched at the same time, were able to analyze the material moved by the impact. The data revealed a plethora of materials in the crater. The presence of water in the Cabeus crater was confirmed, perhaps most importantly. That finding was especially important for companies like SpaceX, which have expressed interest in establishing a permanent settlement on the moon. Unfortunately, SpaceX's impact is unlikely to be scientifically significant. Gray points out that the two moon-observing orbiters, NASA's LRO and India's Chandrayaan-2, are unlikely to be in the right place to witness the impact. However, they may be able to see the new crater when they pass by. Although the speed is impressive, 5,770 miles per hour is unlikely to have a significant impact on the moon. The upper stage of LCROSS collided with the moon at a speed of 5,600 miles per hour, which is comparable to the deliberate impact. In short, the moon will be fine, and in the best-case scenario, it might even reveal some new information about the moon's physical properties. SpaceX is a cash-rich rocket company with ambitions to send humans to Mars. Elon Musk, the eccentric billionaire, founded it in 2002, and it is headquartered in Hawthorne, California. SpaceX's initial goal was to develop rockets that could land autonomously on Earth for refurbishment and reuse. The technology improves with the efficiency of launching and operating spacecraft, resulting in lower costs. NASA currently sends cargo to the International Space Station, or ISS, using SpaceX's reusable Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy rockets. It also transports satellites and other space technologies for a variety of government agencies and multinational corporations into orbit. In 2020, the company sent astronauts to the International Space Station for the first time, and a year later, it sent its first all-civilian crew there. Tourists and astronauts will be flown to the moon and Mars in the future. Musk has stated numerous times that he believes humanity must colonize Mars in order to avoid extinction. By 2027, he wants to send a SpaceX rocket to Mars. And this is it for today, guys. What are your thoughts? Tell us in the comments section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you for watching.